Hey guys, welcome back to the Crochet with Kelsey channel. In this video today, we are just going to have a cozy crochet vlog. I have a lot of crochet things that I need to get done. So grab a blanket, grab a nice cup of tea, soda, water, coffee, whatever it is you like to drink, and get comfortable because it is going to be a fun one. So like I said, I have a lot of crochet things that I need to get done, and luckily since my market didn't really go as well as I had hoped, I can do a vlog besides a market prep vlog. So I'm very excited to get into like some new vlogging activities besides just market prepping. But on the agenda for today, I am going to be showing you my new yarn that I got. I did a medium-sized yarn haul on some colors that I was running low on, and I'm also going to be designing my Patreon exclusive pattern for July. I have a couple new patterns that I recently made that I wanted to show you all, and I have some collaboration opportunities that I'm really excited to get into, and I actually got some stuff sent to me from Clover, so I'll be opening that today as well. I'm not sure when I'm going to get around to the pattern designing. Maybe it'll be today, maybe it'll be tomorrow. But besides the pattern designing, I'm also planning on making a few free patterns that I found over on Instagram because I'm planning on doing another video of whimsical free patterns, and I wanted to make a few because one of the complaints that I get whenever I do like a free pattern roundup video is people are mad that I didn't make the patterns. So I'm gonna try to make a few so that people are happy, and it'll also be nice to try out some new patterns. So I'm really excited, it's gonna be fun, and I wanna start off by showing you something that I'm really excited about. So I got a collaboration with Polyfill, which is the amazing stuffing brand. I've literally only ever used Polyfill stuffing for my plushies, so it's really exciting to get to work with them. So they sent me a 5-pound box of stuffing, and for my content idea, I wanted to make a jumbo plushie showing that Polyfill is the best stuffing for larger projects and any project, but I just figured a project that needs a lot of stuffing would be great to showcase for the collaboration. So if you guys follow me on Instagram or have been watching my YouTube videos, I'm sure you've probably seen this pattern before, but as you know, I have this tiny Grimble pattern, so he's part of my Little Weirdos collection, and he's super cute. So I was thinking how fun it would be to make a jumbo version of one of my little weirdos. And so I did a poll on Patreon, and people wanted to see this particular Grimble Little Weirdo jumbo-fied. So the options I provided were all 3 of the little weirdos that I currently have and a new one, and they wanted Grimble. So I was more than happy to oblige. So I am now introducing to you for the very first time Jumbo Grimble. He is so cute. He turned out a lot bigger than I thought. So this was my first time that I ever actually like doubled a crochet pattern. I had never done that before, and I didn't really realize that it's not really double, it's more like 4 times the size of the original. But I really love him. I think he's so cute. So to jumbo-fy him, I pretty much just doubled the entire pattern, and this is what he turned out like. And by doubling, I mean increasing the number of rounds and the number of stitches in each round. And I just really love him. Like, at first I thought he was gonna look kind of derpy because those were the biggest safety eyes that I had. But after putting him all together, I really love him. I think he's so cute. So now I have my jumbo Grimble and my little Grimble. And yeah, I'm just really excited about this. There's like a 50% chance I'll write a pattern. I'm not really sure if people are gonna want a pattern this big, but I don't know. I really like the way that he turned out, so it's a possibility. But yeah, he's literally the size of a small child, and I'm obsessed with him. So I am going to be using that plushie as part of my Polyfill collaboration reel, and I was just super excited about it, so I wanted to show you guys. Another plushie that I've recently worked on is my Aster the Minotaur. So this is him. I'm really excited about this pattern too. So I finished this up about a week ago, and I'm actually choosing testers today after I filmed this first little part of the video. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys him and introduce him to you. So let's get into the yarn that I have recently purchased. So Kendall from KP Crochet Creations was getting rid of some yarn that she only used for a custom order, and there was a lot of it, and I thought that I could probably make something really cute with it. It's this Lions brand Go for Faux yarn. So I don't know what I'm gonna make with it yet, but the texture is really fun. I'll open it up and show you guys. It's super soft, and it's almost like a more structured fur yarn. Like, it's almost like a mix between blanket and fur. I mean, it is fur, but I feel like the strand is a little bit thicker. So not sure what I'm gonna make with this yet. I feel like it needs to be a real animal because it has like neutral colors, and I usually go for like brighter colors in some of my more weird patterns. But very excited to try that out. And then here is the box of yarn. Me and Millie did a combined Hobeenies order. And please let me know in the comments if you think it's Hobeenies or Hobenis, because I have no idea. But let's open this bad boy and see what all is in here. So I have opened the box. I know, again, if you've watched my videos in the past, whenever I do unboxing videos, it's not very fun because I struggle to actually open the box. But it's also a little bit of a mystery because it's been a while since we placed this order, and once it got to Millie, she sent it to me. So it's been like maybe like 3 weeks or so. But I got one of my favorite like teddy browns. All of this is Himalaya Dolphin Baby yarn, which is my go-to, and I love it. And then I got 2 skeins of black, 2 skeins of white, 2 skeins of this nice purple color, and 1 skein of this color. So I guess that wasn't as fun as I thought, but Millie included some Elise Voluto for me to try. So this is my first time really like seeing it, and it looks really nice. So there is what it looks like. Apparently it doesn't shed at all, and now I'm seeing that that appears to be true. And I'm really scared because this might be my new favorite yarn. We'll have to see. I haven't even used it, and I'm getting ahead of myself, but I will definitely be trying out some of this in the video and giving my honest feedback on it. But already the fact that it doesn't shed at all is a huge win. And then I'll just show you what it's like to work with Himalaya Dolphin Baby. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love it. I think the shedding is worth it for what the actual piece looks like. For example, this was made in Himalaya Dolphin Baby, and I just love the like chenille soft texture. Like, I think it gives it like a nice little like sheen to it. But this is what you're sacrificing to get that. It sheds pretty bad. So I know it's unfortunate, but we'll see if Voluto is gonna come in the lead for me in terms of my favorite yarn to work with. So super excited to use that, and I'll probably be using this yarn to try out some of those free patterns that I was talking about earlier. So I'll have to find a pattern that is good for those colors. So yeah, not a super fun yarn order with a bunch of colors, but I got some of the essentials that I needed and that I use all the time, so I am happy. All right, so now I'm going to open my stuff that I got from Clover. I'm super excited. I absolutely love Clover hooks, and I use them all the time. And they let me pick 3 products that I'd be interested in testing, and like 3 of the products I had asked for at first were actually sold out. So I ended up getting one of my favorite hook sizes, which is a win. So I got a 5mm hook. And then I also got a 4.5 millimeter hook. So this is probably my #1 most used size. Sometimes I'll size up to a 4. And for my content that I'm gonna do with them, I might show the difference between crocheting a plushie with the 4.5 and the 5 to kind of show the difference. So if that's what I end up doing, you'll be seeing those results in this vlog. And then who doesn't need more needles? So I got some new darning needles as well And I love these like bigger sizes that they have. So I don't know if you can see that, but I like the ones that have like the very large eyelet, whatever it's called, so that the chenille yarn that I typically use can fit in there. So I'm super excited to dive into all of the fun goodies that I got. And the next thing on my agenda for this vlog in particular is going to be working on my pattern for Patreon. So my Patreon members voted. I gave them 4 options and they said that they wanted a sea dragon. Now, what is a sea dragon, you ask? I don't know if it's like a real thing. Well, obviously it's not like real as in it exists, but I'm kind of thinking like a dragon style body with fins. So yeah, we'll see what I can come up with, but I do have at least my main color picked out. Ta-da! So I'll definitely be using this color. I might do like some maybe yellow or green or like a darker blue accent. I'm not really sure yet. I think this is one that I'm gonna just kind of have to go for it and just see how I'm feeling in the moment when it's time to add a secondary color. But I'm super excited. I have 2 skeins of this, so I think I'll be able to make it work by using this as the main color. So I'm super excited to get to work on that. So I will tune in maybe a couple hours, maybe tomorrow, to kind of show you what all I completed, and I'm super excited to see how this pattern works up. So here is the progress that I've made on my little sea dragon today. I'm hoping to work on this a little bit more tonight, and I will hopefully finish at least the body. I'm using the same body base that I used for my Braxy the Wyvern pattern because I think it's a good size. Like, I really do like the base, and I think that it can have more than one use. So I'm really excited to see how it turns out, and I think the fins and the other accessories on this are just really gonna make it. So I actually surprised myself tonight because I was able to totally finish crocheting everything for my sea dragon pattern, which kind of shocked me. For some reason I was thinking that this pattern was gonna take a really long time because the body is long, but for reference, this is my wyvern pattern, Braxy the Wyvern, and looking at him, he's actually not that big. He's pretty small for like a dragon pattern, especially if you've ever made any dragon patterns from Red Mills Crochet where the tails are like 100 rounds. So in total, I think he's 77, something like that, rounds for the body, the head to the end of the tail. So I was pleasantly surprised. So let me show you kind of what I am envisioning for this. So here's the body, the same body shape as the Braxy the Wyvern pattern. And then I wanted to give it some fin-like ear type of things. So I made this fun little shape. And I made, so these are 3 separate pieces, but I kind of wanted them to be like little fin ears. It's really hard to kind of see them, but that's what they're gonna look like. And I'm gonna have them layered like that. And then it's really hard to show you. It's easier whenever I'm doing it facing myself, but it's gonna be something like that on the side. So like kind of giving like axolotl or like dragon vibes, I guess. So I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to sew those on. I might actually do them down like that, but anyway, this is just a rough kind of thinking out loud stage. And then I got the back fins done. So they look like this, and those will go around here. And then I also got the front fins done. And I wanted to kind of still give them that dragon vibe while also being fins. So I kind of tried to shape them into a fun shape that's kind of halfway between a wing, halfway between a fin. And that's what we got. So I think those will look really good whenever they're on there with everything else. I also made some little back tail fins, and I wanted to do something a little fun and like kind of dragon-esque for this part, to not lose the dragon part of the pattern. So they look like this, and there's two pieces, and they're going to get sewn on something like this to the bottom of the tail. So I feel like those are kind of dragony, but they're also kind of like sea creature-y at the same time. So I was very happy with those. And then last but not least, we have the little scales. So I made 6 scales. I'm not sure if I'm gonna need that many, but they're going to kind of just like go down the back of the dragon. And I think I might need 5 if I'm not putting one on the head, but if I do decide to put one on the head like that, then I'll need 6. But I feel like that kind of takes away from the dragon vibe a little bit. It's giving more like dinosaur. So I don't know, I'll just have to see tomorrow whenever I sit down and actually assemble everything. I'm super happy with the results. I definitely surprised myself by being able to finish it in a day. And well, I guess it's not finished, but you know what I mean. I finished crocheting everything. But yeah, I'm super excited to put it all together, and I will show you guys that tomorrow. All right, guys, so I finished sewing together my sea dragon, and I honestly kind of blew myself away. I really like this one. I didn't really have a clear vision whenever I was going into it, but I'm very happy with the way that it turned out. So here she is. I know the lighting kind of sucks in here right now, and I'm sorry, but I think my favorite part of this pattern is the little ear details, because it's almost like it's like a mix of a dragon and an axolotl and a sea monster. So I really like it. I think I did well there. And then with the little fins, obviously I need to clean this up as well, but with the fins, I didn't want to totally lose like the dragon shape, so I did kind of try to shape them a little bit like a wing right there. So I really liked that as well. And then the back fins are just kind of simple. The tail fins sewn on though, big fan. Sorry, I'm wearing black and this is dark. I think that this part is almost giving like mermaid or fish. It's giving something, but I don't know. I think I kind of nailed doing an in-between of like a dragon and a sea monster, and like I said, I surprised myself. So thank you to my Patreon members who helped me pick this design as my design for the month. And although it's like done, it needs some kind of detail. I'm thinking my wyvern has nostrils, so I can give it nostrils maybe. And then something needs to go on the head. So I'm either gonna find like a gem to go there, or I'm gonna crochet a little circle or something, like a little orb, kind of like my Grimble has. So yeah, that's a sea monster. So that was the first thing on my agenda. I'm going to figure out whatever the detail is, and I'll show y'all. And then I'm going to get to work on making some of those free patterns that I was planning on. So stay tuned for that, but I'm really happy. I don't know if this video will be released before this pattern is like named or not, but leave a comment letting me know what you would name this little sea dragon. So I'll see y'all in a little bit. So I figured out what little details I wanted to put on my sea dragon, and I decided to go with these nice little gems that I had. So she is totally done and I'm super excited. I really like the way that she turned out and I hope my Patreon members like her too. So I'm about to post this on Patreon and then I'm going to get to work on making some of the free patterns that I had talked about earlier. And I am going to first make this little like alien cat guy because I think it would be a good color to test out my new Voluto yarn with. So I'm gonna start by making that and then we'll just have to see where the rest of the day takes me. So I just finished working on one of those free patterns that I wanted to try out. So this is a pattern from Strawberry Bun on Instagram and it's this little alien cat. So it's super cute, super simple. And if you remember the colors of the Elise Voluto I got, one of them is quite similar to the screen, so that's how I got the idea to make this specific free pattern that I had picked out for my whimsical patterns video that I'm planning. I also tried my Voluto for the first time, so I was pleasantly surprised. My one concern with it is that I'm not sure how I would be able to crochet with it all the time because with yarns that are a little bit thicker, like specifically blanket yarn, it hurts my wrists. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like the bigger hook size or what specifically it is that makes larger yarn hurt my wrist, and I know plenty of people use it. But yeah, I can see this like maybe hurting my wrist at some point. But anyway, besides that, and that didn't even happen, like I feel totally fine. Obviously this is a smaller pattern. The yarn was great. There was very, very minimal shedding. Like there was some sewing involved in the pattern, and there was no shedding whatsoever. The only time that it would shed like just a teeny tiny little bit was whenever I cut the yarn, and it could have just been because of the way that I cut the yarn, and maybe I like cut a little bit off or something, but it was a dream to sew with. I definitely want to use it more, and if I can use it consistently without it hurting my wrists, I think it will definitely be a new go-to yarn for me. So I really need to break into using more of my Elise Softy before I even think about getting more Elise Voluto, because I have quite a bit of that because I thought that was going to be my new go-to yarn, and it just never really made it there. But anyway, let me show you this little alien cat that I made. I think it's super cute. Obviously they like felted on the details, which I mean looks really good, but I didn't have the patience for that, so I just kind of used safety eyes and did a little embroidered nose, and the little tail is so cute. So all of this is worked in one piece besides the ears and the antenna, and those were sewn on. But overall, I think it's really cute. Like I'll probably put this in my little $12 basket at Markets, and it's just a fun little whimsical guy, and I think he turned out super cute. So I will be working on a few other free patterns. I might do like 1 or 2 more tonight, and I will give y'all an update whenever I have some more things to show. But I'm definitely enjoying getting to try new patterns, because it's not like something that I would normally make for market prep. So yeah, I'm excited to see which other ones I choose, and maybe I'll use my Elise Softy for some of those, but we'll see. So I have to go do chores and stuff now. I wish I could crochet, but hopefully I'll get to crochet a little bit more later today, so I will see y'all then. So I don't exactly know what happened to get into me last night, but I decided to be in a super productive crochet mood, and I went ahead and I knocked out 3 more of the free patterns that I'm going to showcase in my next video, so that people don't get mad at me for not actually making the patterns. But I started off by making something with some of the scrap yarn that I had laying around in my closet. And this is like some old Parfait Chunky, and I just had a little bit of it left in this purple color, and I thought it would be perfect for the Potion bottle by Crocheted by Janina. And this is what that little pattern looks like. It's super cute. And I almost lost yarn chicken with my purple yarn, but luckily I had just enough. Like whenever I cut the yarn, I literally had like that much left. So I'm really glad that I was able to use up a skein of what I had left over from my scrap yarn to make this project. And I also used some scrap yarn for the little cork that goes in the top. And this one is so cute, like honestly so much cuter than I expected it to turn out. But here it is. It's so cute, and it can like stand on its own, which I love. And as far as free patterns go, this one is like a little bit bigger than some of the like teensy tiny makes. It goes up to 36 stitches in a round. So it's a really good size. It's a great little free pattern, and I think this would be so cute. It's definitely a whimsical, like witchy kind of pattern. And even just for like decor or for something to sit on your desk, this is really cute and adorable. And I love it. And I loved that I was able to use up some scrap yarn for it as well. And then after this, I decided to make another pattern, and I used this pattern from Fia Crochets, and it is her little bugs pattern, free pattern, tiny garden bugs. So this pattern has a lot of different bugs in it, and props to her because this probably took a long time to write out all these different mods for this like tiny little bug creature. And I decided I wanted to use some Elise Softy for this project, and I saw that I had this pink and yellow color for the, I think it's called a rose moth. I'm blanking right now. I can't remember the name of this particular moth, but it's super cute. And I decided to make it, and I was like, oh, this is gonna take like 10 minutes. It's so tiny. No, it took me like probably 45 minutes just because like it is very intricate. It's so cute though, and I'm very excited to show y'all. Here it is. It's so cute, and it's so fluffy, and I think that's perfect for a little moth. And yeah, it took a while, but it's still really cute, and it was a really fun make. And props to her again for making all of these little free bug guys. They're really so adorable. But the reason that it took me so long, like in my mind I was thinking, oh, these are just gonna be like crocheted in the round, and these are gonna be bobble stitches, and the only thing I'll have to sew is the wings, but that wasn't the case. You actually have to crochet these in after you finish the body, and then you crochet these in too after. So it was just a lot of like tying up yarn ends and things that are tedious and take a while, but I really enjoyed making it. It's super cute, and it will go in one of my little baskets for my next market. And last but not least, for my little whimsical patterns that I tried out, I made this little sitting flower baby from Almgurumi, and it looks like that. So it's like a Jellycat style of plushie, which always turned out super cute. And again, I don't know why, but this one took me longer than I expected. But it's really cute. It sits on its own as well. You have to like kind of situate it the right way though. But yeah, it's a little flower baby, and I had some of this purple Elise yarn that I didn't have a ton of, so I wanted to use some of it. But it's super cute. This worked up probably in about 20 minutes, but I also messed up big time because it's really hard for me to see my rounds when working with Elise Softy. So I put the eyes in the wrong place, and then I wasn't able to crochet in the front loop, so I kind of had to like trial and error make the petals like 3 times, but it's really cute. And again, these little legs are the only thing that you have to sew on, and then it's just kind of like a little ball. So super cute. Really enjoyed making all of those patterns. I also was able to get my reel done for my Clover collaboration. I just sent it to them for like approval. I'm hoping that they like it because it took me a really long time to edit, but I was able to make some content while I was making my little sea dragon. And I posted it on Patreon, and I asked for name ideas, and somebody said Serena. And I really liked that, so I think I'm gonna name her Serena the Sea Dragon. But overall, it's been a productive week of crochet. You know, I got to kind of do it as more of a relaxing hobby rather than like always working towards the next like timeline I'm trying to meet. But yeah, I really enjoyed getting to kind of branch out of the stuff that I usually make and make these little patterns. And if you've watched the video up until this point, I'm gonna share something very special with you. So Max just celebrated, my cat, just celebrated his 14th birthday, and I made him a little party hat for the occasion. So this is said party hat, and I'm going to try to put it on him and show you a video of him wearing it. So hopefully this works out, and if it doesn't, I'm sorry, but just know that I tried because I appreciate the people who watch my YouTube videos, because a lot of work really does go into filming, you know, planning out a video and editing them. So thanks for sticking around. You deserve this. Yeah, I don't think he's really a fan. And just because he was the most precious little model, I think he deserves some temptations. He was crazy for these things. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one.